This video is for my friend Matt and everybody else who doesn't want to supplement with vitamin D in the wintertime or rather get it from UV light, which is the most optimal source of vitamin D. Now, I've been using tanning beds for over 8 years and I love it. It makes me feel really good, especially in the wintertime with the heat. Decreases the winter blues with the light and most importantly increases vitamin D, which helps with bone health, increases immunity, and actually prevents some forms of cancer. Also, getting vitamin D from UV has been shown to be better than supplements and food sources, which there really isn't many of them, and they aren't very appealing. Like, what do we got? We got fish liver, blood, guts, and eggs, which nobody should be eating eggs because they're really high in cholesterol, and that's the number 1 cause of heart disease out there. So, and then we got mushrooms, which you gotta cook them because there's a natural toxin in them. And then there's milk, which doesn't have vitamin D in it, and people put vitamin D in it, so there's no need for that. So the reason why UV is better than these sources is that number 1, you get more vitamin D from it. 2, there's no overdose of vitamin D with the UV light. It just naturally just turns off. Once you make enough, your body says, oh, don't need anymore. So turn that mechanism off. Just recently, a popular health guru, Gary Knowles, almost died from excess amount of vitamin D supplements. So I'll post a link down below that. He had some crazy symptoms of vitamin D overdose. 3, you get to store it longer. Uh, So what I usually do, I go 1 to 2 times a week in the wintertime for half a session, which isn't really much at all. It's only like 8 minutes at a time. This is what a dermatologist by the name of Dr. Michael Holick recommends, who wrote a book called The UV Advantage, talking about the benefits of UV light and tanning beds. Highly recommend checking out the book. Very smart guy. He's a professor of medicine, physiology, biophysics at the Boston University Medical Center. So very sharp guy, very great book, very informative. Just not only the benefits of UV, but actually other things in sunlight that makes you feel good. So the first thing that you want to do when you are looking into a tanning salon is that you want to make sure they feature low pressure beds, and this mimics natural sunlight, which is 95% UVA and 5% UVB. The UVB part is the one that gives you vitamin D. It's kind of funny, the history behind tanning beds is when they first came out, they only had UVB. The problem with UVB, if you get too much, it burns the top of the skin and it gives you cancer. So they switched to UVA, and they thought that was the greatest thing ever because it just got you tan. What they found out actually was that it actually got deeper into the skin and caused wrinkles and melanoma. So now the trend nowadays is to have a mix of both of those. Um, by the way, most tanning salons, their insurance policies are based on UVB. Um, so even though it gives you vitamin D, it is one of the, that's why natural sunlight is only like 5% UVB because it could really burn the heck out of your skin. Secondly, you do not want to burn. You want to be sun-kissed, not sunburnt. Um, just obviously, there's all these horror stories of people going to the tanning salon too much. Um, Thirdly, you don't have to use the lotions or the oils. These things are help to accelerate the tanning process. They do this by helping to flatten out the skin, so there's more surface area, so the UV can hit more skin. Fourthly, you want to go on a low-fat diet because that was shown to prevent skin cancer. Another thing is you want to eat lycopene-containing foods like tomatoes and watermelon, um, which has been shown to prevent sunburn by up to 45%. Another thing is broccoli and broccoli sprouts. Um, Very interesting study where they wiped broccoli sprouts on a person's skin and then they tried burning them with UV, and they found that it prevents up to like 25% damage just with the broccoli sprouts, just wiping it on your skin. And even after days later of just wiping broccoli sprouts on the skin, that it actually prevented, uh, sunburn. Another study I found was on grapes. Seems like every year I find a different fruit that prevents sun damage. So I think we're meant to eat fruit and be out in the sun. That's how we've always gotten our vitamin D from. I don't think we're much of a blood eater back in the day or anything like that. We're naturally getting from the sun, so we're meant for it. Oh, another thing you want to do, you want to make sure that you go to a place that is clean, so you don't get MRSA or something crazy like that. Which, by the way, is in the meat supply. If you don't know what MRSA is, do a Google search for MRSA, MRSA, and you'll be really freaked out. Um, and also, you want to wear the eyeglasses that they provide you so you don't burn on your eyes out eventually or get cataracts or anything like that. Another thing I do is I go completely naked, increases the amount of vitamin D that you get overall. And I heard if you expose your genitals to UV, increases testosterone, which in return increases strength. I don't know if that's true or not. It could be just a myth, but I just do it anyways, and it feels really good. Man, that's a big secret with all my strength feats is that I tan my balls. That's how you get strong, man. You don't have to lift weights, just tan your balls. Well, hopefully that answered everything you wanted to know about tanning. If you have any additional questions, post them in the comments section. If there's any other topics you want me to cover, post them too. I got a huge list of things I want to be doing on this channel. So, also, if you're going to be going to the Woodstock Fruit Festival next year, please sponsor me. It would really help me out. So this is it for this edition of Fruit and Strength. Make sure you get your lifts in, your fruit on, and get some UV. It's good for you.